In this video I'm going to talk about 5 signs someone is hiding their anxiety. Number 1. Obsession or a never-ending thought cycle that drains your energy. I won't control my family. I write when I can't stop myself. When someone says, "I'm not in charge of anyone else," it may be a sign of anxiety and not a positive practice to release. As a rule, I prefer to do this on paper. People around me make me think about what they're doing and what they're not. Do you know if he washed the dishes? Her eyes seem to be drawn to her phone once more. No, I don't think he did that. Has he left any of his t-shirts lying around? Repeating thoughts fill my mind. By the time I'm done, I'm exhausted from the effort I've put in. Even as I'm going through them, it's difficult for me to remember the simple details. Number 2. It's possible to avoid or ignore what you really need. Even though I'd like to know that I'm not the only one going through this, it's hard for me to accept the fact that I'm not the only one. As soon as I start to feel anxious, I avoid talking about it. I begin to lose perspective on everything else that's going on in my life as a result of obsession and restlessness. I tell myself I'm too busy doing and planning to have someone listen to me, even though there are a lot of trusted people who could offer a sympathetic ear. Avoiding talk therapy, a recommended treatment for anxiety and mental health issues, can be dangerous for those in need of assistance. When I refuse to discuss my issues with another person, I find that my issues become more ominous and overwhelming than they really are. Number 3. Excessive planning or attempting to manage the unmanageable. When it comes to planning a family gathering, my helpful ways can become bossy and neglect the details of the planning process. Exaggerating my plans is one way I try to exert power over the people in my circle of influence. In reality, my relatives are people, and they have the ability to make their own decisions. Putting so much effort into a meal or day that's months in the future makes me feel unrealistic. Number 4. Inability to sleep or a feeling of restlessness. Tiredness makes me think about a million things at once. One of the most obvious signs that things are out of control is the inability to relax and stop worrying. Thinking about other people makes me wonder if I'm trying to drown out my own feelings and thoughts. This allows me to avoid confronting or acknowledging things that may be too difficult for me to deal with. My eyes are tired and bloodshot when I look out into the dark morning, and I find myself wishing I could just go to bed. The hamster wheel should be obvious by now, but it keeps spinning. Number 5. Signs that one's physical health is deteriorating. During times of high stress or anxiety, everyone's habits come to the surface. The more ragged and short my nails are, the more restless I am. Nail biting becomes a routine way for me to deal with my anxiety. When I was in a toxic romantic relationship, my nails became short and unkempt. In my youth, I used it as a way to deal with my feelings of anxiety. Physically, this is a sign that I'm unsure of the best way to proceed with my life. The bottom line. It's difficult to spot the warning signs and take action quickly. I thrive on being a hero and doing too much. But I've always been apprehensive. Now that I'm in my 40s, I'm beginning to recognize the warning signs of anxiety, and am learning how to let go in order to relieve my symptoms. Those of you who suffer from anxiety should be aware that neglecting self-care can lead to feelings of exhaustion and sadness. As a result, I'm unable to live my life on my own terms when I'm constantly thinking about other people. Through prevention and treatment, there is always assistance available. So it's a good idea to let that little hamster relax at the end of the day. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And do share with your friends so we may continue to create them. To see more videos like this, subscribe and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Additionally, make sure to check out our other videos. Thank you for watching.